to all. Uh, I just wanted to ask the question to the audience that what is the theme for TiECon 2022? Anybody can say about it? Yeah, Nisha, you know the theme? So the theme for TiECon Surat 2022 is empowering futurepreneurs. And futurepreneurs are basically been in universities. And we are, some of the speakers, some of the sessions probably tangentially touch the topic. But this is the session in which we are going to touch the topic at the core level. We have the two guests and they are the personalities, those who are going to shape and those who are going to train the futurepreneurs. They are representing the universities, and the universities, as we know that it is playing a very important role so far as the education is concerned or so far as the next generation of the entrepreneurs are concerned. So we just talk about our Honorable Prime Minister who is in Gujarat today, and when he says that we have to grow from 3 trillion US dollar economy to 5 trillion US dollar economy, it means that we need to create a wealth. And this wealth to be created by the next generation, and it takes time. When we talk about in Silicon Valley that we are into a knowledge economy, it means that knowledge plays important role in the economy. So with this background, I just would like to open the remarks and would like to ask my the guest over here, Dr. Nirmal Sharma ji. We just wanted to know about that कोविड के बाद एजुकेशन में क्या बदलाव आया है एंड ये जो बदलाव है उसको एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप या स्टार्टअप एक ट्रेंड कहा जाएगा, फैशन कहा जाएगा, या सही में वो सही मायनों में स्टार्टअप स्टूडेंट की परिभाषा में अंदर तक उतरा है.
Good evening, everybody. Corona was an unfortunate periods, I should say. The whole academics was disturbed. And you know, up till now we were talking about entrepreneurship, job, whatever. But then on the other hand, when we talk about the base of this entrepreneurship and enterprises and entrepreneurs, there's a base, on the base is education. Education, I say, not only the qualification. Person might not be qualified, but a person who is educated knows the thing, how to do the things, to get the things done. So that matters a lot. And this was disturbed during Corona period. Things were online. But then the trend which was there, where the student and faculties were sitting together and discussing the things, it has gone haywire. The whole system has broken. And all of a sudden on 22nd March 2020, we got the information that it is to be closed down. But then how to continue the education? There was a turmoil everywhere. But then we came up to online. And online the things were going on. But then it started very slowly picking up. As you say, entrepreneurs, they start with the small scratch and then start doing the things slowly, it goes up. Same way the online classes and knowledge sharing went up. But it has disturbed the thing. The whole system was disturbed. And it had an impact. And now we are feeling the burnt of it. The students, those who have studied in those periods, they don't have much access to the skill, only the knowledge. It can be had from other sources also, media also. But then whatever we teach the student in the classroom, it is not possible. It might be at a higher level, it is possible, but at the school level and the initial level, higher education, in the initial level of graduation, it is required to be in touch with the people, because intellectual property, the human resources, the teachers, the professors, they can interact with the students, and the scenario will be different. So it has impacted, but then it has given a chance, and it has given an insight that online the things can be done, and online industry has flourished. So either way this has happened. One side it has disturbed the whole system, but then it has given an opportunity to go think of online. Now, earlier we were not conducting any meeting and say interviews online. We were never thought of it, and then it was on a physical mode, but then now we have gone online. We don't want to bring the people, cost cutting. I'll give you an example. In 2020, our university every year they conduct the mega job fair rather. Now you can understand when there is a lockdown, how the people will come, how the industry will come, how the students will come and sit together and take the interview. The interview is this, But then, it was a unique feature that we have gone online first time. And we had 6,500 students registered, about 300 companies registered. Interview went on, the appointment was given. The people joined the industry. And all these things happened online. You can just believe. And after that, only the IT company and other, they started working online. So we had a situation. It was a bad situation, but then opportunity was there. Then we have gone online, and the interview was conducted, and the people were placed. Throughout India, we have conducted interview. So this was an opportunity. Either way, you can take it, but we have taken it as an advantage.
Thank you so much. So, Persi ji, I just wanted to ask about that in an era of Byju's and Unacademy and Udemy and Khan Academy, how the education is being taken as seriously by the students as well as by the academia, and how the entrepreneurship is playing the role at the college or campuses. Is it something like that before a few years that putting a guitar and going into the college and saying that I'm playing a music, similar kind of a trend is being seen that people would like to say, a student would like to claim that I'm running a startup? Or is it on academia side also that physical education has been taken into a different mode? Your take, please. Physical, yeah. Online versus physical.
Okay. Hello. Let me answer this question a little differently. But before I answer this question, I would like to, sorry, but I'm a teacher. And therefore, when a question is asked, and if I have little doubts about the answer, I would like to answer it. So with all due respect to Sharma ji, I have my own take differently. So I thought I would like to answer that question too. Corona was one of the biggest opportunity for the academic institutions. I'm saying this word, it was one of the biggest opportunity. Because when you say in the previous panel discussion, we heard that you should not be scared of attempting anything and you should not be nervous about failures and you should try new things. Academic had completely gone stale. We never wanted to innovate things in imparting education for generations to come. We kept on blaming the Macaulay's letter that was presented in the Parliament of UK Parliament, trying to destroy the Indian ethos and Indian values in education. But we were so timid in implementing new things. It was the corona which told us that the word positive is a big negative. That means it told us that everything that we thought was good was not good, and probably everything we thought that was not possible was probably good. It actually challenged us to challenge our paradigms. And this online education gave us an opportunity to understand that now the students need not get learnings or teachings only from teachers of the institution. It was the first time we could take education beyond the boundaries of the campuses. And that was the opportunity. Suddenly we all realized, why should we teach based on what resources we have? So most of the good institutions took up the challenge as making it a learning-centric education, not teaching-centric education. That means people who are interested to learn, now the opportunities are available that the teachers may be sitting in New York, but you can avail his expertise. A subject is offered in another university, say in Delhi, you can offer that credit. And therefore, this was a wonder to understand the curiosity and understand the doubts of the student. But a blended model is more better when you also allow him to study online sometimes from different teachers, from different subjects, from different universities, and then give him an opportunity to select subjects from a huge buffet of subjects, and then ultimately combine it to make it his own degree. So I suppose it depends on how you have taken an advantage, but neither completely online is good, neither completely physical education is good. A blended model is much better. That's what I would think.
So continuing that point, Persi ji, just we wanted to know about, you are heading the South Sarvajanik University, and a lot of universities and lot of institutions have thought about pivoting their role. So they are imbibing the entrepreneurship model, the incubation centers into the universities. How about your university, and what kind of experiments Sarvajanik University intend to bring so far as that unemployment problem or the startup related things can be solved?
I'll first address the last word that you used, unemployment problem. I think the problem is not at all unemployment. The problem is employability. I think that is what we have to work. Most of us always talk in a very political word saying there is the problem is unemployment. I think university should see that the problem is employability of our students. So if we address that, and that could be only addressed by going little unconventional. Why should a student only study the core subject in which he is being taught? For example, if somebody is learning engineering, why shouldn't he also be taught something about banking and finance? Is it possible that all those people who are just now sitting in the previous panel, who are most of them engineers, do you think they would have done this beautiful entrepreneurship if they did not have knowledge about banking? They were all talking about capital and finance. So it is more important that you also give them education in transdisciplinary subject. Why it is important? Because you need to expose them that even this kind of knowledge is important for his entrepreneurship. And it is then when he's been bombarded with ideas and topics, he will realize that, okay, this is something where I'm interested, and then he would think about going for a startup or something. You are asking what we do at Sarvajanik University. The first thing that I've told my teachers is that you have to understand that every student who questions you is not a black sheep. Correct. All this time in education, we always thought कि जो तूफानी बच्चा होता है, जो ज़्यादा सवाल पूछता है, उसको लास्ट बेंच पे बिठा दो या उसके क्लास के बाहर निकाल दो. But in fact, it was not the problem of the student who was questioning, it was the problem and the limitation of the teacher. So Sarvajanik University now has made this thing very clear that you will first have to understand that now the generation and your students are smarter than us. Maybe we have knowledge in a particular domain, but they have better exposure than us because they are better equipped to interact digitally with the globe. So they are smarter than us. Once you realize that, you will start appreciating the kind of curiosity that they have. You will start appreciating the kind of questions that they have. And once you start appreciating the kind of questions that they have, you will indirectly motivate him to go seek deeper meaning into his questions. And that is where this whole idea of startup will come. Another important thing that we have also done is we have been very flexible with trying to make the summative evaluation and the term end evaluation. And more emphasis are given to summative evaluation. Therefore, even during his entire semester, if he is busy, he need not do all his performance in his end semester examination. In between, there are several opportunities for him to appear for small assignments, small tests, so that he would not lose on academics, at the same time get opportunity to work on the ideas that he has. So now university will have to understand that their degree does not come from conventional fixed education that is mentioned in the curriculum. Curriculum can take care of only 30% of what a university should do. 70% of things should come from a day-to-day realization that I need to do this also. And more than the students, I think the teachers and the university now need to be more innovative. Once we make the system more innovative, the results will follow in the students.
That's great. Wonderful. So Dr. Nirmalji, we are curious enough to know about what thinking out of the box phenomena or the concepts and the ideas Bhagwan Mahavir University trying to imbibe so as the futurepreneurs can be created.
Answering to his question and the thought process, he said unemployment and employability. He is right. We are talking about unemployment. We are not talking about the employability. Thinking on this, our university has set up a standard, a center of excellence, that we have seen during the placement. The students have their degree in hand. They have completed their studies, but the skill is not there. They have the technical knowledge, but the skill is not there. Once I was asking the Wipro representative, why you have not selected all of our students? They said, these students have the certificate, but if I tell them to go to Germany, bring the project, explain the things, get it initiated, executed, they are unable to do so. So what I will do with that one? And this is the problem. These are the problems with the entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs coming up. Why it is going down? Because of this reason. The skill set is one of the most important part. And that's what the government is emphasizing upon, an SQF. We have taken 44 skill development courses. Now, we have realized these conventional studies at one end. Now, along with that, the skill is to be developed. Until the students are skilled, they cannot do anything outside with the degree. I hope the company representative will agree to this one. And that is why we have set up a center of excellence whereby we are working on a fourfold of skill development. The first is a soft skill training. Soft skill is required. Everybody can understand. Only technical knowledge without speaking out, without executing, does not work. The second one is a technical skill. Technically, the person should know how to execute the things. Bookish knowledge is not enough. And a third one is a research skill. Everybody has got in their mind, and everybody is somewhere in the heart, they are research oriented. कुछ ना कुछ करने की क्षमता सभी में है, तो उसको एक्सप्लोर क्यों नहीं किया जाए? Yes, you tell us what you want to do, and that's what we have started doing with the SSIP. And the fourth one is education skill. These four things we are trying to implement it, and we have a separate department for that one. Education skill. We say we know everything. We have technical knowledge. I am a graduate, but are we educated enough? Are we educated enough to execute the thing in the society? We might be very qualified. We might be very expert, good money, but are we educated? So these four things we have tried to implement in the system, and thereby we are trying to do it from the first year itself for the students. That if we have got about 135 programs, we are trying to get the things done from the first semester itself, so that when the student pass out, they have sufficient knowledge, sufficient skill to execute outside, besides the degrees. I would like to put up a point here that in this skill development, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, 2019 we got 400 students to be trained, not only for the top level skills, but the smaller level. If I talk about the plumber, fitter, electrician, in the day-to-day life we need it. Who will train them? We are making engineers, managers, high-level, high-end people, but who will do all these things? So we have tried this one, and we got 400 seats in the first year. And seeing the performance, the government of India has given us 1,800 seats in the second year to train these people, and we have trained them, certified them, and then they can apply as a vendor or as a contractor in other government organization. So at this level we are thinking, the university is thinking, we have even schools. So from KG to, let's say, PG and PhD, we are catering the students, but then we want the school level, the middle level, the higher level, higher education level, and the research level, PhD level, should be catered. And hence, if the skill is developed, yes, we got a good manpower. And that is what is required in coming days, I am telling you. India is growing very fast. We need a good manpower, skilled manpower rather. So are we doing so? And there comes the unemployment and employability. We have a lot of vacancies, but do we have skilled people? No. We don't have skilled people. Who is responsible? Yes, proudly say, I am responsible, we are responsible, and we are changing the situation, and the government is helping with the NEP. That new education policy has come up. And we are trying to implement, and all the universities are trying to implement it, and we can foresee, the government has seen this one and discussed what about after 15 years, where we land, and that's what they have started now. And all the universities are implementing this.
So, last few questions, 2 questions probably, that the TiE and the audience over here are eager to know about if the group of students come up with some brilliant idea. So what is as a university, academia or institution, how do you respond to that, and what is the current status, and what further you would like to do for the startups or the budding entrepreneurs in your campuses?
Yeah. Government is very much interested in this startup. When I say startup, Make in India concept, I hope you understand this one. The government has started funding the students through university. Right now we have got 4 crores from government, and 4 crores we are putting from our side, from the university, and we are trying to give to the students, those who have an idea. This is our USP. Come. If you have an idea, come to us, we will fund you. And we have funded in the past also. I'll give you an example. Like लड़की, छोटी सी बच्ची, second year की, उन्होंने अगरबत्ती बनाना शुरू किया. अगरबत्ती कैसे? जो मंदिरों में फूल होते हैं, वेस्ट हो जाते हैं, उनको कलेक्ट करवाया. कलेक्ट करने के बाद उसको सुखाया, उसको प्रोसेस किया, उसमें अगरबत्ती बनाया, एंड एक बहुत बड़ी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप स्टार्ट हो गया. पैसे भी कमाने लगे और काम भी हो गया, वेस्ट भी बर्बाद नहीं हुआ. बट देन उनको फंड कौन करेगा? बिकॉज एवरीथिंग स्टार्ट विद द फंडिंग. पैसा नहीं होने से, स्टार्टअप नहीं होने से, स्टार्ट नहीं होने से, फंडिंग नहीं होने से बहुत इश्यू खड़ा होता है. तो वी हैव स्टार्टेड फंडिंग. गवर्नमेंट इज ऑल्सो इंटरेस्टेड. SSIP में वी हैव गॉट a lot of fund. 2 crores and 4 crores we have. Let the student come up with the idea. Let it be of any semester. And we have started this, and we are going to get, and for your information, the Bhagwan Mahavir University has started the incubation center also. Recently, we have a tie-up with the TiE. So, incubation center will cater to all the students, those who have an idea. Come, sit there. We will train you. We will give you the informations. You do the things. We will fund you. As per the stages, we will be keep on funding. We are funding now.
Persi bhai, what's your idea? What you are doing is the current status, and what is in your...
Can I answer this differently? Your question is, if a student has an idea, what are you going to do about it? I think it is trying to address when there is a problem, or it is trying to address when there is an opportunity. I think your question should have been, what is the university doing to develop this culture and ethos of students being encouraged to think differently? When you try to only promote students who have ideas, it's an arrangement. But when you try to create a culture where students can think differently, it's a concept. So I think university should now understand, because the master of ceremony or the person who was there, you said that, I don't remember her, yeah. And fortunately, you kept this session on the last. Because ultimately, let me tell you, all ideas actually start with education. And that is where we missed the bus since a long time. Since a long time. When I say when we missed the bus, since the time Nalanda was destroyed, since then we missed the bus. For 700 years we did nothing, and then we had some universities established in 1857 and stuff like that. But we never had the vision and the mission to create people who could think differently. All the time we always wanted to create people who could work. For most of the people who come to universities, they come with a question that, do you have a placement cell? This is my biggest disappointment, that universities and educational institutions are not employment exchange bureaus. We are not supposed to give you jobs. We are not supposed to create opportunities for jobs for you. We are supposed to give you training so that you know how to live your living. Once we teach you how to live your living, the rest will all follow. Absolutely. And that is where this whole idea of startup will come.
That's
So
great.
I thought I would not like to say what we will do after a child has an idea. I will say I will do anything and everything that all my children, right from the beginning when they are studying, or even when they graduate, or even when they are lifelong learners, but they will always not be scared to try different things, never try to dream differently, and I will try to create a culture where they can dream. And that is all I want to do, that as an university, I want to become a dream merchant.
That's great. That's great. So with this note that we understand the importance of Saraswati over Lakshmi ji, and probably that we are passing through a decade where the Saraswati need the help of Lakshmi, and Lakshmi also need the help of Saraswati, and university plays the very pivotal, important and integral role for the futurepreneurs, and at TiE we are committed for this initiative for fostering entrepreneurship at the very initial stage of the student, or that when they are at the school or at the university. And I would like to request Ritesh Sharaf to come over here and give one announcement that what TiE is going to do and what TiE has already done. And we also take note of some of the important dignitaries of the academia over here. We take a note of Oro University key persons over here. Mr. Mishra is there, Sandeep Sharma is there, Kishore Sharma is there. We also take note of Prachi ji, who is from Bhagwan Mahavir University, and we are working hand in hand for the program called TiE University, in which that the concept is that at student level, if any idea is there, we'll take it to the global level, and the global level the student can be benefited. And for that announcement, I invite Ritesh over here. Yeah, Ritesh. So,
Before you announce, can I request one thing? I can see a timer clicking in front of me, and I will request to the next time the timing can be set to more than 30 minutes. Because this is one of the most important aspect of discussion, and I think education, as usual, got the least time. That is my observation. I'm sorry, but thank you.
So first of all, I'll welcome again once, Persi sir and Nirmal sir on the program TiECon Surat. The first TiECon I'm in Surat. And the best part is, what as TiE University we are doing is, to empower college students to become entrepreneur. This is our mission. And for this mission, we have signed MOU with 8 universities, which include Sarvajanik University, Bhagwan Mahavir University, then Oro University. Then we have signed with Vanita Vishram Women's University, with PP Savani University. We have signed MOUs almost all the universities. And also we have signed MOU with Lakshmi Institute of Technology and also SASET at Varacha. So till time we have signed 8 MOUs with the university to achieve our mission. And on this, occasion, I would like to even announce TiE University has declared an international competition at the global level, where we'll be taking entries of all the students from all the universities, where we have date till 15th of January. Any student who want to participate, they can participate, and TiE is going to provide them mentors, and they are going to train them also. Maybe with respect to, correcting their product, maybe with respect to how to pitch, and if they succeed in the competition, there is also some financial support to the student.
So before I formally conclude that, I also take a note of the education system. Deepali Kasat is also here with us from Sarvajanik University, and Dr. Hemlata Agrawal is also here with us from Luthra Management School. And I am very thankful to Persi Engineer Provost, Sarvajanik University, and Dr. Nirmal Sharma, Provost, Bhagwan, Mahavir University. And I just end up with the line, मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती हैं जिनके सपनों में जान होती है, पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों में उड़ान होती है. We'll see you at TiECon. TiECon 2022.
Thank you very much, Sanjay.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We will take that during the break. Sorry, we are off the time. We'll take it during the break. Thank you.
Less time. Yeah, I would be very happy to answer questions because...
Sorry? So we'll negotiate for one question. Is that okay? We have overshot by 60 minutes. I respect every
How
department.
many of you have questions like...
Just a minute. How many questions do we take? Buddy, how many
we'll
questions?
take 2, 3. Let's see how many questions we have first of all. So we have one here. Anyone else? Backside, anyone? So we'll take 1 or 2 max, right?
One question.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Actually, I have 2 questions, but the negotiation is only for 1 question, so I'll merge both. So basically, I am from industry, and the major challenge that we face is the unlearning and relearning process, right? And I've been talking to many universities and premium institutions how we can cover up that unlearning process, and then, because both of you address employability. So that has actually clicked me, like, how do we get the employable people? So most of the universities are talking about the employment. Now my question is, because, without having a direct interaction during the, as a part of your curriculum, you cannot make employable people, students, which are coming out of your university. That is, for sure. So we had a limitation with the government universities. Now, since there are so many private universities are coming up, how the private universities are, actually they have a flexibility. So how you guys are, concerned about this employability, number one. And another part is, right now, when the TiE is also working on that, creating entrepreneurs, I think we need to really seriously look at how many entrepreneurs that we want to create. If India wants to grow, there has to be, India can grow only with the larger enterprise. We cannot have a small entrepreneurs everywhere and then we expect to be a compatible or competitive globally, right? So basically we should be able to identify who can be a successful entrepreneur and who can be a good employable person. Because enterprise needs people. If all of us, everybody try to create entrepreneurs, then how the enterprise will go? So that is somewhere like how we are addressing that. These are the 2 things which I was concerned about. So I thought, let me just throw it here. Thank you.
The journey of 1,000 miles will start with first step. So to say that how can we survive with small enterprise, maybe it is from one of these would become a big enterprise. So I think the idea is, it is not how big the idea is or not how small the idea is, how much scope does this idea have, but it should be tried out and it should be given an opportunity. You were also saying that how can university address this issue of employability? I think by doing their job right. And you mentioned that the government universities had limitation, but the private university don't have that limitation. In fact, we all start with a very wrong concept that education is social service. And that is where we go wrong. I'm sorry, I'm using a big statement. Education should be taken up as a professional service. And we should be allowed to give education in private university, and we should be asked to give professional service. Because when you give professional service, there is the question of value for money. Just now, there is no question of anybody asking for value for money because everybody is only seeking a degree. So what has happened is, if you see the admission patterns, the government college will fill up first, and then the self-finance college. And what is the question? That the curriculum is same of the central university. For example, if there is somebody studying in GTU, right, the curriculum and the examination of GTU, and then he may study in a government college or in private college, the same curriculum, same examination. Then why would he pay more? So we started the concept of self-finance college with a brake, and the fit on the brake and not on the accelerator. And therefore, this whole idea of taking education into private sector did not pick up in the right moment. And we did not pick up the right direction. Now it is a challenge, at least for people like Sarvajanik Education Society, because it is private, but not actually private, because it belongs to the community, the members of the citizens of South Gujarat. And that is where the catch lies, that we have the accountability of the public, but we should have the autonomy and the rights and the power of being private. And if we can mix both these values together, the accountability and the autonomy and the rights and the freedom, only then we'll be able to deliver these services more professionally. And when I say we deliver the service more professionally, that means don't go by the books, go by what is needed. The profession, the industry, the service sector needs a different set of education, different set of ecosystem, and the books and the curriculum mention something else. We will have to strike a balance, and that balance will come only if the universities are ready. When you say earn-learn, it is not the students who have to earn-learn. The institution and the universities will have to earn-learn first. And how is that possible? By breaking from the shackles of all this license raj and government regulatory body and stuff like that. Of course, you might have many black sheeps making money out of it, but that does not mean that you don't allow the good institution to do and perform better by putting them all under. So what is happening is that just now everybody is rated with the same benchmark. And that is how education system went down in a common university system. So I think the challenges for all of us as a private university, even if it is Bhagwan, Mahavir or Sarvajanik, is to take advantage of this autonomy in a very judicious manner, and at the same time have the courage to try out something different. We might fail, but eventually we will succeed. I think the first step of early learning should start from the universities. That is what my answer is.
Yeah, sure. I'll answer your question in two parts. First, learning and unlearning. See, the system is changing very fast. Technology is changing very fast. We cannot stick to the system for a longer time. For an example, from 4G to 5G. I'm not talking about 1G, 2G, 3G. They have forgotten. But that is the base, 4G to 5G. Now, I have a syllabus of 4G, and the 5G has come in market. So where our student will fit into? It is our responsibility, and we have got an authority as a university to change the syllabus. And we are doing so to give the students the latest technology, latest knowledge in the curriculum. First part. Second, as far as the small entrepreneurs are concerned, we need a cluster of enterprises. And altogether it will boom to the technology and the progress of the country, economic progress. For an example, we have a person, and we have trained the students also in rocketry. Our students are making rockets, and they are working since 2 years. And now the situation has come. We are ready to launch the rocket. And you might have heard yesterday there was a news. India, yes, private sector has come in this, that they have launched the rocket. Why can't we be second in that one, if not first? And we are in the process to make it. And you will see in coming days, you will listen this, that Bhagwan Mahavir University has launched a rocket, private organization. And that's where we have to think and we have to do. And we have to make a cluster. It's not that I will be putting a launching pad. I have to take Sri Harikota in picture. I have to take MCF Hassan, whereby the satellites are being controlled. I have to take that into picture. We cannot do so because we are not aware of all these things. But if I have to make a satellite, if I have to make a rocket, I have to take help of others. And you might have heard that the small satellites are being made by the people here in Gujarat. The Rajkot people, the Rajkot student, the Rajkot industry has made a small part of the satellites which is being created by your SAC Space Application Center, Ahmedabad. I hope you understand, you know that we are making satellites in Ahmedabad, your ISRO, launching at Sriharikota, and it is being controlled by MCF, Master Control Facility as Hassan. So where are the people going? And why the people are not there? And do we have any responsibility? We have the responsibility to make the satellites. We have the responsibility of making this one in the smallest parts. And we have the responsibility to control the system. We need people to be trained to work on that. It's not that everybody will become the entrepreneurs. But then, to control this system, we need people to work at MCF. 15,000 people are working, youngsters are working to control the satellites in the orbit, geostationary orbit. So, your question that we need people for the service, to provide the service, to work, and second, on the other hand, we need people to create the system which we can implement for the coming days. And that is why there is a vision of NEP. And the government, India government is focusing for 2048. You can just see, if the government is focusing, education policy has come up, we the university has the responsibility to look into your concern, and it should not come up in the next why the universities have not done. We are doing all the universities are forced or bound to do and follow the NEP, and we are doing so. Let it be this university, that university, or my university. We are doing so for the betterment of the students, for betterment of the society in the coming days. And you will not believe, in next 15 years, 20 years, if we are on the 5th stage of the economy, we will be first. That is my vision.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.